Welcome back, everybody. We're here. Are you guys ready for the finals? Oh, and look, we've got a special guest here. Well, not so much a special guest. Our special guest was DB, but our regular co-caster, James Bott, is back. Welcome, James Bott.
Hey, just how's it going?
Pretty good, man. So how much of the tournament have you gotten to see today? I know you had some things to do earlier. That's why you couldn't make it. But how much did you manage to catch?
I have seen bits and pieces here. You know, I've been working on some stuff too behind the scenes, but I have seen some of these really close matches and a few of these sunny games, so it's been pretty cool.
Awesome, awesome. And you excited for the finals? Are you as hyped as we all are?
Oh yeah, I'm pumped to see it. LIZNU taking a break last week, coming back, showing that they are, you know, a dominant team on the scene, coming back to fight the defending champ from last week, Girthzilla, and the rest of EPEX, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. Let's get these teams muted here real quick. I believe we did call out the picks, the map picks at some point during the break, but let's go over them real quick. I just need to find them in my list on Steam. Okay, so we have Refueling Tower first, Distillery second, and the third series of games will be Orbital Drill, in fact, in this best of 7.
Awesome, yeah. One thing that I have been noticing was just the Kraken and the success that Kraken's had this week. And I think it's probably a lot due to some of the tweaks and the changes that took place with Lightning Strike and Aftershock. But even still, some great games from Hunters and Monsters, and it's really awesome to see the dedication from TRS to really listen to the community, listen to the feedback of the players, and work really hard to implement those changes on really, it is a very fast pace. You know, some of us might want it right now, but really when you've got changes like that, having to go through all these processes and even going through quality to make sure they come out and they really work right, it's awesome to see how quickly TRS has been able to do that.
Yeah, it is awesome to see how quickly they do that. And those changes that you talked about, one of those was to the tracking speed on Kraken's Lightning Strike. And, you know, we have seen a lot more dodged Lightning Strikes today. It's been much more difficult for Krakens to actually land those Lightning Strikes on Hunters and utterly annihilate them in a single hit.
Yeah, that's true. But I think, you know, that's just, it's a change, definitely, and that's probably more of a reason why Krakens are not used to it. You know, the way it was before was a little bit crazy how fast you could whip those lightning strikes around. So now they just have to be a little bit more mindful, and they have to just get those games played in, get that time played to really understand where lightning strike fits into their fight, into their arsenal. So like before, you know, you didn't really have to think so much about a Hunter's jetpack before you bust out your lightning strike. But now with the change where lightning strike, that area will move at a consistent speed, you're going to need to understand, like, okay, I know that I've been focusing this player and they've used up almost all of their jetpack, you know? So it's not that it's underpowered, it's just that it is different now. So once Krakens get a little bit more time to practice it with the new change, I think that we're not going to be thinking it's underpowered. I think it still has its spot and it's still good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think we've already seen the beginning of that with a lot of Krakens switching to Aftershock. And, you know, that's one move that they can use to force Hunters to use that jetpack like you were just talking about.
That is a great point. Yeah, you know, now with the ability for that Kraken to just move at the normal speed and have Aftershock, you know, it's going to be a lot of exciting fights. I remember when the Aftershock first came on the competitive scene, back when Insane was busting it out and surprising everybody, because before it was mostly a ranged Kraken, but you know, having the ability for the Kraken to move even more quickly now, yeah, it's going to be awesome to see how that plays in with Lightning Strike and how these monsters use Aftershock moving forward into what we're going to see is a lot more new metas.
Yeah, it should be real exciting. And speaking of new metas, with all of Tier 4 being available, we've seen a little bit of that already this week with some teams actually using Sunny to great effect with Griffin. And I'm looking forward to seeing if we get to see any more of that here today. This will be round 1 of the finals, folks. So far, just standard picks here. But looking to see what they can do and whether or not they mix things up going forwards. You know, we have up to 7 games ahead of us, so we can definitely see some variation going forward.
Yeah, definitely, and that variation, you know, we have seen some of the new Tier 4 hunters like Sunny, but I think moving forward, there's going to be a lot of teams that change it up and develop these new metas. You know, what we're seeing here is people just relying on what they know. You know, there have been some Sunny player or Sunny Hunter thrown into the mix, but I think we could even see, you know, old hunters that weren't so much important to the current metas like Laz, because if you think about Sunny and Laz, that kind of synergy that they have, where, you know, Laz's, his weakness is if he gets caught out and he gets focused, he's going to go down really quickly. But if you can pair him up with Sunny, it would be interesting to see if that makes Laz more viable.
Absolutely. All right, let's cover these players real quick. For Apex Black as the monster, we have Girthzilla. And for the Hunters, on Assault, we have Wibaki playing Hyde. On Medic, we have Andros64 playing Kyra. On Support, we have Binges playing Hank. And as the Trapper, we have Mazel playing Griffin.
My goodness.
You can see those pings already coming out. They see him already.
Yeah, did you see how strong Griffin is to be able to bust a frickin' sound spike through a rock? You know, that is impressive.
You know, I never thought about that, but maybe there is something at the bottom end of those sound spikes that allow it to easily be planted into solid rock.
Either that or Mazel is just incredibly buff.
Okay, you know what? I'm going with Mazel being buff. You're right. And look at that! Jumps right over the team right there, using that high elevation to his advantage to gain additional distance on the jump, and adeptly dodges that dome right there.
Yeah, you can tell that's not the first time he's done that. He was waiting for that to happen. So definitely a great play by Girthzilla, and you know, I think that will work great this time, but maybe if they play him next week on this map, I'm certain that Eyes on You won't fall for that again.
Absolutely.
So really, you can see him just understanding these paths that he has to take, and that's one point that is really critical when you play Goliath, is understanding how to maximize those traversals.
Yeah, taking advantage of those traversals to the best of your ability, saving them for points of high elevation like he did. And let's switch over to the Trapper real quick. Before we get camera locked here for a few moments, keep in mind the Trapper's Dome is on cooldown right now, so great time for Girthzilla to evolve, and he's going to get away with very little permanent damage done to him.
A solid start by Girthzilla, and you can see that he's going his classic 3 Leap Smash 3 Flame build that he was using last week to really great success.
Another dome coming down though, and this time he does escape the dome.
Yeah, Girthzilla looks like a little bit of lag spike there, but you know, I'm sure that on his end he was through that, and Girthzilla just so far has been very, very consistent on saving those traversals till when he knows that that dome's going to be going down.
Yeah.
So you can see that Griffin's got all those sound spikes just directly up the middle, but Girthzilla just hugging the wall, so it's not really helping him out at this point. But it will be nice for when Girthzilla does have to cross across the map.
And look at how much distance he has on the Hunter team right now. They are all sorts of spread out here. Girthzilla going to continue to run away from this team and feed on the go. And you know, that's the mark of a great monster player, is rather than looking for those huge meals, you just pick up a little bit here and there and you continue moving. And it's such an uncomfortable feeling to an inexperienced monster player, but it's something that you have to get used to.
Definitely, that is a good point. And you can see here that wanted this fight here, so he has full shields at stage 2. We're going to see a lot of good action right here. We're going to see if his DPS can just take down either Hank or Kyra. And you see him focusing Hank right here, but Hank does call in a great defensive orbital, and you see that toxic grenade come up. So the Hunters are taking a defensive position here, but they are getting quite stacked. So the Assault's trying to distract Girthzilla into attacking him and soak up some of that damage so Hank can get away, but it doesn't look like he's going to, and he's just got almost no health left.
And just can't survive this much longer. He does get a couple healing grenades from Kyra, though. Bin just pops that cloak and is going to escape, I think. Great harpoons from the Trapper Mazel.
Yeah, you could see that harpoon was critical in allowing Hank to escape, but he's still not out of danger just yet, and he's getting focused, and one more left click or a flame could take him out here. Awesome,
leap smash.
Awesome heal.
Oh, that leap smash almost finishes him off. The flame breath will, and that harpoon once again locking him down, but they are into permanent health right now.
Yep, he does have that mark, but the dome is still up, coming down. Gertzilla making the right decision to just take that strike and run. So now he's probably going to go and get his shields back and get to stage 3 before engaging again.
Yeah, that was still a decent trade for the Hunter team. They did a good amount of damage. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more, but still decent enough for only 1 strike on their team. Binges is going to have to be careful going into another fight, though. He's going to have less health, and Mazel, caught completely out of position, may get focused down here. He does go down. The shield from Binges comes out too late. Girthzilla takes a free strike for absolutely nothing, and wisely backs off right away.
Yeah, that's that, just understanding the presence of where all the hunters are on the map, where you are, what the terrain is, being able to really make a split-second decision on when to engage like that. And that's another point that really separates high-end monsters from more casual players like myself with monsters. I never really know, in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the game, is when can you pull that off? When can you take that second to just stop, recognize that hunter's out of position, and get that quick strike?
Yeah, it's knowing when to capitalize on those small misplays on the Hunter team, that slight bit of positioning. One of the things about Evolve, unlike many other first-person shooters, is that it is all about positioning, much like a MOBA. And we see here Wibaki being attacked by Reavers and Blitz Leopards. He's going to have to finish those off real quick. Andros getting into the mix as well. This is going to slow down their chase immensely. And Mazel down again. Or, yeah, he is. Wow.
Wow, that's, yeah, not looking good.
Girthzilla saw that opportunity and he took it. Well, while we were all distracted looking at Wildlife attacking the Assault and the Medic, Girthzilla saw the opportunity to get a second strike on the Trapper. Things are going bad fast for this Eyes on You team. Another strike on the support, and he now switches targets to the Medic.
Yeah, and you can see 2 strikes on Hank it means that the defensive capability of the team is definitely hindered. And with 2 strikes on the Trapper, they're not going to be able to keep Girthzilla in a trap. He's going to be able to get out whenever he wants. And you can see here, he is just having his way with these hunters. They're not able to dish out almost any DPS because they're just using all of their energy, all of their jetpack to just try to survive.
Yeah, Orbital coming down. Binges may be able to use that for cover. He does take a hit, though. He goes down to fire.
But yeah, that leap smash just doing so much damage, devastating. And the Trapper, Mazel's running, but he has no health left, getting taken out by 1 power attack. And then if he can just pounce Hyde here, if Hyde doesn't have the personal shield, this game will be over.
He does have that personal shield, but all it's going to take is 1 pounce, and Girthzilla just using that leaping heavy double overhead attack to take him out. And there's the pounce right there. That will be game number 1 for Girthzilla. Attempting that VM Evolve on the corpse right there, but the game ending just a little bit too soon. Wow.
And you know, it's not anything new. We've seen Girthzilla do this before, especially last week with a lot of stage 2 victories, just utilizing that 3-point leap smash and 3-point flame breath. He's just able to punish them for getting out of position because that leap smash allows him to close that gap really instantly and do so much damage and initiate really effectively. And then he follows that up with very consistent damage from that flame breath. And you could also, if you pay attention, you see him utilizing his power attacks in between them to really maximize his damage output. And even at stage 2, he was just too much for Kyra and Hank to handle. You really can't let Hank start to get marks on that matchup. You know, Hank is very critical, especially when you're dealing with a very offensive monster, because Hank is what's going to allow you to survive in that fight and be able to pump out a lot of DPS. But Hank got that early mark, and it was just very difficult for the Hunter team to come back from.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see if they can take it back in the second series of games, which will be on Distillery for the next one. But first, we're going to hop over to Eyes on You's monster perspective. Cyril, first we cast Girthzilla as the monster for Apex Black. Now we're going to jump to Eyes on You. That was the first game, so that is 1 point for Epex Black. Let's see. Cyril does not look to be in-game with the Hunters just yet from Epex Black, so that should be starting in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm really excited for these next few weeks, especially once teams can start to experiment. There will be those teams that want to just kind of rely on the what's known, like what we're seeing this week. But this week is just because, they haven't had that time to adjust. But, there will be teams, that really like to experiment and try things out of the box. So next week we might be seeing something pretty interesting, maybe something involving Torvald, who has those mortars, which I don't know if you've had the chance to really play Torvald a lot, but those mortars are a lot of fun, but they are pretty difficult to hit. There are some strategies that you can use to try to make that mortar more effective, such as getting right underneath the monster and shooting him straight up. But just learning how to lead the monster and how those mortars are gonna travel across the map and understanding where you have to aim to hit the monster, it's not something you can just pick up in a week. So a lot of these teams probably have just been practicing the current metas. So now that Tier 4 is introduced and teams will start to experiment, we'll be able to see the teams that try these new comps, and we'll see maybe they'll be able to have one team that rises up who hasn't been maybe one of the top teams that we've seen so far, just because that they discover a new meta.
That's refueling tower, Cyro.
All right, just quickly talking to the monster player right there, Cyril, just letting him know that he doesn't need to ask me if we're ready, because we are ready. And everyone in chat, everyone watching here today is ready. They want to see as much Evolve as possible. We've had a few holdups already today, so we want to get this final series underway and bring as many back-to-back exciting games as we possibly can.
Yeah, so it's we haven't seen too many Goliaths other than Gertzilla run that 3 leap smash, 3 flame, and we've just been seeing a Hunter team after Hunter team struggling with that. What do you think Hunter teams can do to try to stay alive with that leap smash flame build?
It's pretty rough with the leap smash flame build. I mean, potentially better shielding, or more consistent shielding, I should say, can help out with a Hank. Barring that, I would love to see a Sunny jetpack straight up anytime the Goliath goes in for a leap smash. Yeah, and that is such a great way to negate the Goliath's damage. Not to mention, if they're going Goliath, Sunny plus Griffin is so good against Goliath. It shuts him down so hard on the chase.
Yeah, that's a great point that you raised, because you can see, as soon as a Goliath goes into the air, you can tell who he's going to be targeting. So if you're the Sunny player and you're able to get your boost on that player and have them go straight up in the air, which you oftentimes see happen, then it would be interesting to see if that is indeed a counter.
I think it could be. And, oh, well, they were just about to load into the next game, but they quickly backed out. Let's see here. Okay, so we are jumping in. While we're waiting to jump in, want to send out a quick thank you to Tigaclaw in chat with a huge donation, $50. Great channel. Hope to see more of that Evolve gameplay in the future. Greets from Tigaclaw, a.k.a. Dracula X. Thank you so much, Tigaclaw. If we could get some hearts in chat for Tigaclaw, helping to support the channel like that is absolutely huge, guys.
Yeah, very generous donation, and really, you deserve it, Dan. This is a lot of work that you put in, and really, you're doing a great job for the community. Like using your time on the weekend to do something you're passionate about, and we all really appreciate it. This is something I look forward to every Sunday, and you're doing a really great job bringing this to the community.
Oh, thanks, man. It's so nice to see all the hard work start to pay off, and to see all the appreciation from people who actually just love watching awesome matches of Evolve.
Yeah, there's really nothing else out there like it. Playing Spies versus Mercenaries back in the day, it was an unconventional game type. And Evolve is another one of those once in a long while a game come out like Evolve will come out that really just changes the dynamic of these competitive multiplayer games. And it's if you need it to get a fix, Evolve is really the only place you can go to get it. And you doing a good job of bringing this together and having this great competitive format of casting. It's just it's awesome.
Well, it wouldn't be possible without everybody else helping out, from you as a co-caster to, DB Sinclair, everyone at 2K, everyone at TRS, and of course all the viewers in chat. All of you watching here today, participating in chat, or just lurking and just watching this stream. It's every one of us all coming together to put on an amazing show. And we do have game number 2 starting right here. Let's jump into that right now. Cyril, for Eyes on You, the monster player as the Kraken with that elite skin, taking off airborne, picking up a few of those freebies right there.
Yeah, so Cyril doing an awesome job showing players how to play Kraken, really. Just getting up in your face with the Aftershock and being so clutch on all of his abilities. Not missing vortexes, being able to pull them out at the right time. Cyril is just on his game so far.
Yeah. All right, let's cover this Hunter team right now as they are just dropping in. For Epex Black, we have Kildrith on Assault playing Markov. We have Adrenocide on Medic playing Kyra. We have Narcissist, Epex Nightmare, the manager and team captain on Support playing Hank. And we have Wardoom on Maggie as the Trapper for the team.
Yep, so you can see Maggie getting down all those harpoons, which are critical in fights, and really a solid harpoon can save your life if you're trying to get up the side of a wall. So, yeah, keep your eye on those on the Kraken. And also, a good Kraken player like Cyril, you'll see him using that auto attack from the air to just knock those out as much as possible, as even the mines as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have Cyril here kind of juking back and forth, waiting for these Hunters to commit to one direction or the other. It looks like they are taking that commitment, though. And Narcissist may be close enough to get the dome. Okay, he's going to hold it off. That's probably a wise decision. Counting those traversals right there, he wants to make sure that he can land that dome for sure and not miss it.
Yeah, and also with that wildlife around there, I don't know if you caught that there was a sloth there, but it's always tough to fight in a dome with wildlife like that, and you have to use a lot of your attention right at the beginning to just take it out. Otherwise, you can really get punished for it. You have seen the situations where teams will try to just get up on the higher ground and ignore the sloth or the tyrant beneath you, but if you get knocked into that, or if you're not paying attention and you get opened up on by that wildlife, it can create an opportunity for the monster to just come out of hiding and just get a quick mark.
All right, and Cyril here, he's going to take that Evolve inside of the caves right here, so he will be safe from any orbitals from the support player.
And a great place to choose to Evolve, because he knows if he gets caught here, he's going to be in a cave, which is devastating to Hunters, especially if you're playing an Aftershock build. So you could see him, they might group up here in the tunnel, and there's no way to run. The fixed width of that cave will allow you to only go forward or backwards, and you don't have an option to go left or right.
Yeah, this is going to be a dangerous spot for Cyril here inside of this cave. This is one of the worst places to fight as a Kraken. Great dome from Epex's Hunter team here today. And man, look at the damage that they're dishing out to him. Aftershock, the Vortex misses Adrenocide though. Adrenocide doesn't go down. Auto attack will take him out. So that is their healing right there. Who will he focus next? It looks like he's going to focus Narcissist, but he's got to watch out for that Daisy. Daisy does get Adrenocide back up. This is really bad for Cyril right here. 2 strikes on Adrenocide. That dome is still up, though, and they're already below half health. This is so bad for Cyril. Narcissist goes down, though.
Yeah,
Kildrith forced to pop that shield, and, Cyril might be staying in. That's kind of a risky play, and Narcissist does manage to get up due to the help from Kildrith. He doesn't have enough health to stay in. He's got to back off now. I think he overstayed his welcome a little bit too much. It looked like he could win there for a minute, but they were too far apart, and there were too many times where the Hunters were able to get each other up. This definitely worked out in the Hunters' favor. Yeah,
so when you get in a situation like that, you are exactly right. When you're in the cave, you don't really have anywhere to run as that Kraken, but you did see he got a numerous amount of marks. So it was probably a calculated bet by Cyril to think that he could probably DPS him down and get all those players down before losing all of that health.
Yeah, and look at that. Laser Cutter. And, oh, we have an Armadon in the mix, too. The Lightning Gun. They could finish him right here. He's got to get out. He's got to get out if he wants to stay alive here. Yeah, Apex Black's Hunter team is playing so well today, even without a medic.
Yeah, and you can see that dome is really, it's the nail in the coffin. It will be really hard for him to get out of here. Even though Kyra is down, you can see, yes, he does pounce on them on that assault, but he's not going to be able to do anything to get shields up and damage from anyone at this point.
A pistol! A pistol's got to finish him!
Oh, that was so close. If there was some wildlife in that dome, they could have been in some serious trouble. That was definitely a close match.
Wow, what a great way to start off this first round here today. That was intense.
That cave fight was great to see. Had he gotten one of those hunters down a little bit quicker, or denied that res, he might have been able to finish that game in the cave. But you're right, he might have wanted to dip out a little bit earlier as soon as he got those marks to just run as much as he could. But he was getting a little bit greedy, trying to just go for the win there instead of trying to get those shields and potentially go stage 3.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Just a little bit of an overcommitment, and you can see how bad things quickly turned around for Cyril from that overcommitment. Let's hop into the other side right now. This will be Apex Black's monster, Girthzilla. Looks like they are in lobby and should be just about ready to go. We are missing one player. Who are we missing?
Yeah, and it could have also just been a situation where a little bit of overconfidence, you know, not expecting them to dish out that much damage or even stay alive as long as they did. You know, because Cyril has had a lot of success so far, and really it was very close in the end. It could have played out either way, you know, just a little bit of difference either way. It could have gone in Cyril's favor. So although he did lose, it was a close call, and it's hard to fault him for the decisions that he made.
Oh, absolutely. I know myself as Monster, there have been so many games where it looks like I'm about to win, and I overcommit way too hard, to the point where I actually stay in and get killed in a dome, like in that first dome. You know, Cyril wisely backed away and did what he could with what he had. It was so close. That Daisy, though, I think Daisy was actually the MVP there. There were so many reses from Daisy, so many distractions caused by Daisy. You know, even if Daisy doesn't actually get a res off on a downed hunter, Daisy still creates a distraction. Daisy forces the monster to focus aggression on her to prevent that res, rather than focusing on the people who matter, the hunters who are dishing damage to the monster.
Yep, and you're exactly right. It does that. It mitigates that damage. So even though the medic was down and they didn't have heals, when the monster is having to use his damage dealing abilities to try to prevent that res, and in that situation he wasn't even able to prevent the res. So you're right, Daisy playing a critical role there, and I'm sure many monsters just go to sleep at night and then have nightmares of Daisy reses.
Yeah, Daisy is such a pain to play against. And that's why so many Hunter teams pick Maggie as their favorite trapper. You know, there are advantages to Griffin, and there's definitely maybe sometimes when Abe has his uses, maybe he's still not quite as good as he could be. But Maggie always shines, and it's because of her favorite best friend, her lovable trapjaw, Daisy.
Definitely. She, you know, Daisy is not only amazing when you're in combat and she's able to get those reses, but even just being able to rely on Daisy to understand the general direction of the monster right at the beginning of the match. You know, if you roll Abe or Griffin, you sacrifice the ability to find that monster quickly at the beginning of a match, and if you lose the trail of a monster, they might be able to get stage 2 on the completely other side of the map, and then before you know it, you're having to fight a full health, full shield stage 2 or stage 3 monster just because you weren't able to track them quickly off the bat.
All right, it looks like they are finishing up their picks right now. So keep in mind, folks, while we do see that Hunter and Monster selection screen once we load into a game, what the teams do is they actually select everything behind the scenes first before the match actually starts. The Hunter team is allowed to pick their medic and their trapper first, then the Monster responds with the Monster pick, and then the Hunters respond by counter-picking a support and an assault. So that's what they're doing right now. That should be just about done. Let me just check for confirmation.
You know what? It'd be fun to try to get Gertzilla to come out to one of those pros play with the community streams that you do. It would be sweet to see Gertzilla come out, but maybe only let him play Wraith and only make him be able to put points in like Decoy and Supernova or something. Get him out of his comfort zone, because then there's the possibility we might be able to beat him at some point.
Yeah, we may have had him in. No, that's right. I cast him with the 2K charity stream. I don't think we've had Gertzilla yet. You're right. We will definitely get him in at any point in time. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with what we're talking about, 3 nights a week from Tuesdays to Thursdays, and maybe some other days too, in the evenings, we run community games with the pros and the viewers. That's your chance to actually play with some of the top players in the competitive scene, to play with them or against them, and maybe get some tips or even get noticed. We have a number of players who have played in the tournament today. Let me just get loaded up here. We have a number of players who have played in the tournament today who were noticed last week by playing during these community events and are now either subs or full members of certain teams in the scene.
And that's something that's really cool to see, is that anybody who has that competitive nature in them and they love to compete, well, that format is a great opportunity for them to take advantage of. You know, being able to come out and get that advice directly from the pros is something you don't see in a lot of communities. A lot of communities, those higher end players and those top teams, they will lock down the ability to play with them just because knowledge of metas and practicing at a high level is something that can really give them an advantage when they go against other players. So the fact that they're willing to bring people in, give them advice, help them get better, and potentially, you know, be part of a team that is challenging them in these Sunday Cups is something it's really great to see.
And we do have a Sunny pick coming out from Binges here. All right, now we'll have to see how Gertzilla can handle this combination. Personally, I think this is one of the best combinations in the scene right now against a Goliath monster pick.
Yeah, and you were exactly right. That question was asked: is how can they survive against Gertzilla's awesome offense with that leap smash and flame? And you were right. They decide to go Sunny because maybe that's their only hope to live, because Gertzilla has just been so solid on hitting those leap smashes, and then when you follow it up with the flame breath, it's really pretty much guaranteed damage when you roll flame. So as long as he hits that leap smash, you know you're going to be in trouble. So Sunny, we'll see how that changes this dynamic moving into the match.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Gertzilla handles it. I don't know how much practice he's actually had against Sunny. And you're right, it definitely will change the dynamic of the team. They will have a much easier time staying on him with a Sunny Griffin combo. Yeah, he's going to sneak right off the bat. Let's cover these players real quick and also get that scoreboard up. So, for Apex Black, we have Gertzilla as the monster player playing Goliath. And heading over to the Hunters right now. In the dropship, the bay doors are just opening, and they are coming down for game number 3. We have Weebaki on Assault playing Hyde. We have Andros64 on Medic playing Kyra. We have Binges on Support playing Sunny. And we have Mazzle on Trapper playing Griffin. This is game number 3, folks. If you guys want to see Eyes on You win here today, you know, let's get a live poll in chat. If you guys want to see Eyes on You win here today and take one win off of Apex Black, bringing them closer to potentially a tiebreaker round. Let's get some PogChamps up in chat. And if you guys want to see Apex Black win today, clutch one more final win, and actually take that final game that they need to win this series, let's get some Swift Rage in chat. PogChamps for Eyes on You, and Swift Rage for Apex Black.
So I think it really is not going to change Gertzilla's strategy too much. Before, he was putting a lot of focus on Hank because he knows that Hank is going to provide that defensive capability for the team. Well, Sunny is no different. So
he's taking that Evolve right now.
Yeah, he's going to be going stage 2.
No, he does cancel and backs out.
Cancel, yeah. So if he's able to effectively focus Sunny, though, then we could see him shut this team down just as efficiently as when they were running Hank.
He is going for it, and Mazzle is so far away. I don't think he can close the gap in time. 90 meters out, and he does not have assistance from Sunny. He throws that dome out. Wow, just barely. Godzilla's going to dodge that. Yeah, that was a 55-meter dome throw, and Godzilla came out of that Evolve Cocoon at the very last second and jumped away.
Now, I don't think Godzilla has been domed yet in this matchup. So he's been doing a great job of recognizing when he needs to use those traversals. So yeah, he's stage 2, and this is not a situation you want to be in if you're the Hunter team, where Monster gets stage 2 cleanly and you're not even able to hit that dome. So psychologically, Eyes on You is in a tough spot because they're already down 0-2, and they haven't been able to get Godzilla trapped in the dome. And then missing that dome right there and on that Evolve is definitely got him feeling down, I'm sure. But they need to be able to just overcome that and just get their head back in the game, recognize that it's not over yet, and now that they're running Sunny, maybe they'll have a little bit of a reason to have more hope going into this matchup.
And he does escape to the caves. He's going to quickly feed there, triggering one of the Steamodons, and continue to feed up and get that armor. Let's see how far away the Hunter team is right now. Back to the Trapper. We have Mazel 60 meters out, trying to juke back and forth and anticipate which direction Godzilla is going to move in.
A great location for him to put that sound spike down, because now they can just tell exactly where he's going. Godzilla cannot get out there to destroy that spike, so really there's nothing he can do to trick these Hunters in this situation.
Gonna have to be careful. Godzilla going back the other way again. Is he gonna cut back again? I think he is. Yep, and Mazel sees it. This is that cat and mouse game, that back and forth juke.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see here whose patience holds through, because Godzilla, I'm sure he wants them to come into this tunnel and engage here. And Wabaki could be in trouble, but no, he does bait him out into the open. But it looks like Godzilla's not taking the bait. And oh, he's cut off from the cave, so this is a good spot if you're a Hunter team. They have a lot of ledges and pillars to work with.
Yeah, this is potentially a great spot. And look at the positioning on that shield drone, too. Way out, away from the rest of the fight. Great spot for it. It should have a nice sight. Whoa, Binges goes down to the fire breath, though, even with that shield drone on him. Leap Smash takes out the shield drone, or takes out the shielding of the drone.
Yeah, so
and they're all trying to get Binges up here. This is not good.
Yeah, he's going to try to just finish off Binges. If he can go up back and get shields, he might be able to win right here. But he is taking a lot of damage trying to get that kill on Sunny.
And he switches it up to Mazel now. And look at Andros64. Spent so much time trying to keep Binge that he was down to half life. Okay, Shield Drone is going to go down now. Shield Drone is out of the fight. Leap Smash hits Wabaki and Andros. Mazel does manage to dodge it. But if Andros goes down, this could be game right here. Godzilla about to take Andros out. Harpoon holds him in place. Leap Smash will drop Andros, though. Will they be able to get him back up? Wabaki with that flamethrower, whittling down the health of Godzilla. And Godzilla auto-attacks. Leap Smash, but blocked by the shield of the Assault.
Yeah, Godzilla is definitely in a great position here. And you saw that getting Kyra down. If they had Maggie, maybe Daisy could have come in and changed the way that fight worked. So the fact that they went Griffin really kind of hurt him right there because Godzilla knew that Daisy was not going to be there to get any reses. So he was able to continue just focusing on those Hunters and doing damage to both Griffin and Hyde.
Wow, and this has got to be a scary position for Mazel. He's doing a good job juking, though, but for how long can he keep it up? That fire breath, I think, is going to finish him off. He'll probably burn to death, even if he does not get hit again. He does. He goes down to the fire. And Godzilla just going to stick around and finish him off.
Yeah, he may not be able to find Wabaki in time to end the match, but he can certainly take him out after the dropship arrives, which is going to be a tough situation for the Hunters because they're going to be coming down. They're going to have no offense, really. So Godzilla is going to know he can go really hard on just trying to take him out. And I don't see Eyes on You getting out of this match with a victory.
Yeah, this is a really bad spot for them. They do have one final chance, though. The dropship is coming down just now, 1 second, and the dropship is in. And they will be able to regroup at that relay and try and defend it. But, you know, will Girthzilla actually get enough armor in the next 30 seconds while this dropship comes in to advance on the relay before they have time to set up? They're coming in pretty far away from the relay here.
Yeah, but you can see him. He really wants to get over there and finish off Wabaki before those players can come down and heal him up.
Yeah, he's already going for it. They're not even going to be in position. This is really bad. You know, if they had time to get into position, I would say that they had a chance. But this is one of the worst situations to be in as a Hunter team. This is going to be really rough. And the Binge is caught completely out of position.
And you can see that rock just taking out that shield drone. So really just negating that whole ability from Sunny. And another rock takes Sunny out of the fight completely. So you can see them trying to respond to this aggressive play from Girthzilla. But really, you know, they're probably going to have to figure out how to play Sunny in these situations because really Girthzilla just having his way in this fight.
Yeah. Down to 2 players left. Wabaki the Assault and the Medic. That's it. Leap Smash onto Andros. Andros down below 5%. And Rock Throw takes him out. Wabaki the only one left. This looks like it's going to be it right here, folks. Leap Smash onto Wabaki. Rock Throw. Blocked by the shield or the rocks. I'm not sure which, but he did negate the damage right there.
Yeah, unless he knows how to do instant transmission to the other side of the map, there was no hope right there. But valiantly fought to the end.
Nice try by Wabaki right there. Look at the difference in the stats, the damage done and the healing. Wow, 36,000 damage.
Look at the bar for Sunny's health there. It is a straight down drop. You could see how quickly on that first mark that Girthzilla was able to get that mark on Sunny. You know, it's just one of those moments where you're just not expecting it, just out of position just a little bit, and then you had to pay for it greatly. And like we see, when you're that support player as Hank or Sunny, once you have that first mark, it is so hard to continue to stay alive in those next engagements because you know that Girthzilla is going to be gunning for you.
Yeah, and it's a scary sight when Girthzilla is gunning for you, as he's shown multiple times here today. We cast a little bit of his games earlier, and he is not a monster to be underestimated, as he just showed us once again.
And it seems like there's a little bit of RNG when it comes to that shield drone, so it's not something that you can 100% rely on at this point, just because I'm sure that these players have not had as much time as they would like to really practice these new hunters at the highest level.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Tier 4, you know, it was only officially announced as being enabled at the very beginning of this week, so the Hunters have had about a week to practice, and that's it. And then the patch coming midweek kind of balancing things out, so they've only had a few days to actually practice with the balance patch in effect.
And you can see that Sunny was the only Tier 4 hunter there, so it'd be interesting to see if there any other combination of hunters can allow Sunny to live a little bit longer, because when your support goes down that fast, it's really hard to be able to do anything, you know? Like Hank, and maybe, I wonder, I didn't catch it, if their support was able to cloak right there before going down, or if Girthzilla just caught her by surprise.
Yeah, I think Girthzilla just caught Binges by surprise there. You know, Binges was knocked out of position initially, and it made it so much easier for Girthzilla to just finish him off away from the rest of the team. And it's interesting, too, because that map in the position that he was in may have actually been easy to escape if he was playing against a Kraken. But where he was right there, very, very easy for a Goliath to single him out, and those leap smashes are deadly in between those small rocky outcroppings.
Definitely.
All right, so it looks like we are in the lobby for Cyril, the monster player for Eyes on You, setting up for the next games. Okay, they're asking me to host. Hold on.
So there is the possibility that Apex Black could take a second victory in a row, and not only a second victory, but a second sweep. We could see a 4-0 sweep right here.
It could be, yeah. So am I hosting, guys? That's what I'm seeing from Cyril.
Wants to host.
Oh, okay. All right, I was just confused by Cyril's message.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought that they had wanted me to host. The reason for that, folks, is because Eyes on You is a European team over in Europe, and Apex Black is a North American team on the West Coast. I'm located on the East Coast of North America, so many times teams will have us host the games here. That way, both teams are connecting to a midway point to kind of balance out the pings and the latency.
Yeah, I think Cyril's going to come out swinging this match. I don't think Apex Black is going to have an easy time taking him down and getting that second Hunter victory in a row. Cyril has been playing really well, and I think the difference between a win and a loss in that last match was just one decision. And I think going in, he's going to be playing a little bit more conservatively, and maybe not getting in a situation where he commits when he should run. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Cyril takes a pretty commanding victory this time.
Yeah, he'll have to pull something together, though.
Yeah, and
still trying to decide what to do as far as the host goes.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, really, Gertzilla has just been dominant. The Hunter teams that he's been going up against, and even in this matchup, they just haven't been able to respond to that Leap Smash Flame combo. So even if Cyril pulls out a victory here, unless the Hunters for Eyes on You can figure out a strategy that works, Gertzilla could easily take this whole series for his team.
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, well, let's see. They're already down 3-0, so Cyril has to get a win here. They have to come back, and they have to start pulling out win after win after win. They have to get 4 wins in a row, actually, to close out this series and clutch the final cup, the Sunday Cup, for them here today.
It is a tall order, but it is definitely possible. And if they do pick up this win and then pick up the second match, momentum can definitely come into play, and maybe the team of Apex Black might get a little bit shook, and there's still the potential that Eyes on You can come back and win, because we know that they have the ability, but we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, still trying to confer with the players, figure out what the holdup is. Give me just another moment. All right, and we have game number 4 underway right here. This is Apex Black's Hunter team versus Eyes on You's Cyril, the monster player. Let's jump in right now. And you know what? I've got a couple seconds to update that score. Time to do a little bit of quick Photoshop on the fly.
You're just a man of many talents.
Well, I don't know about how many talents. I mean, who designed the scoreboard overlay here today? That was you, right? And you know, guys, JamesBot did actually design the new overlay. We are considering looking at moving all the stream's graphics for the Sunday Cups over to the style that you see in the overlays, and that'll be active for next week's Cup. So if you guys like the new style as opposed to the old style, please let us know in chat. Looking forward to pulling it all together for you.
Yeah, and it's still, I saw some comments too. I already know that it needs to change a little bit just because of the dropship timers and such. And also we had some logos up on the top where you see just that blank red bar. But we have to get permission from a few organizations to use those logos, but we'll have something there. And yep, we're working on potentially having a whole new set of graphics. So if you guys have some feedback on what you'd like to see, if you have any suggestions, just let me know.
And maybe some special green screen magic for next week also, right?
Yeah, and maybe some lightning and fireballs, potentially.
Oh, that could be pretty cool. All right, here we are. Game number 4 loading up at last. This will be the pick screen, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. Is this the pick screen, or are we actually getting into the game? No, this is the pick screen. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Cyril coming out with that Kraken once again. I don't think I've seen Cyril ever pick anything other than Kraken, so that is one thing that actually works to the Hunter's advantage here. They know exactly what they're going up against before they even start their picks.
Mm-hmm. I think really it's just they're gonna have to do a great job of staying spread out and trying to mitigate the effectiveness of that aftershock. They know that lightning strike, if they use their jetpacks wisely, they can get away from it. So really the critical ability to focus on and look for is that aftershock. So if they are very well practiced, as we saw them come out of the last match with a victory, it could be a pretty difficult situation for Cyril to deal with.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he manages to pull out this time around. All right, Cyril, I know, messaging me before the match started, saying he's going to try his best to take a win here today.
Yeah, I think that he can do it, and he's going to come out with a lot more ferocity, knowing that his back is to the wall. His team is relying on him to stay alive in this tournament, in this final.
All right, let's cover the players here real quick. For Team Eyes on You as the monster player, we have Cyril as the Kraken, and that dropship should be closing in any moment now. Here it is. For Apex Black on Assault, we have Kildrith playing Markov. We have Adrenocide on Medic playing Kyra. We have... we have the Troll Nightmare, changing his name to Almost Binges, playing Hank, and we have Wardoom on Trapper, playing Maggie.
Yeah, and you can see they're hot on his tail right now. Maggie moving into position here, and Cyril running right into her, so he could get domed right here. Wardoom in a great spot to whip out his dome and throw it, and yes, he does. And Cyril is trapped in a stage 1 dome. Hank getting focused right now, though, so that could be bad if he cannot get out of there. You definitely... Oh, calling in that defensive orbital. Great job. Him and Kyra taking a little bit of damage right now. And Kyra's up against the wall.
Yeah, going right on Adrenocide. That shield comes out at the last moment, though, and holds him back. Vortex going to knock them up into the air. Kyra unable to heal herself, being all the way up in the air like that. Not in range of those healing grenades and the sneak pounce. But the shields from Nightmare are just too strong right now. And Cyril's got to watch out. The dome is down. No, the dome is not down yet.
And Cyril doing a great job of keeping that focused damage on Kyra. But you can see Hank, oh, he's out of LOS. And yes, Kyra, or getting a strike on Kyra, that is a very critical play. And Maggie also incredibly low. Hank coming in to protect Maggie from ultimate demise. But if he's able to finish Kyra off, which he does, he could be in a really good situation, but he is taking a lot of damage, so he should probably just maybe try to get that mark on Maggie and then get out and get some shields.
Looks like Daisy's going to go down too, but Cyril, look at how much damage Cyril's taken again.
Yeah, but he is in a position to win with Daisy being down, so no one can res. So all he has to worry about is the assault and binges.
That Maggie Harpoon, though, going to lock him down yet again. A minute 30 on that dropship timer. Vortex does take Kildrith out. And it looks like he's going to finish off Daisy and probably... No, he's not even going to stop to feed. Look at... Okay, he's going to take the Evolve right there. Look at all that food for him.
He's got a lot of time to work with. And he probably just realizes that binges, being the support player, is going to have that cloak. So he's going to be able to effectively kite the monster and stay alive, potentially until the dropship arrives. So he's doing the smart thing, not wasting any time trying to hunt him down when he knows he can go invisible. He's just getting the stage 2 and then getting some armor and feed.
Well, this is actually Apex Nightmare trolling chat and the enemy team by naming himself after the name of a player on another team, but switching the letters around a little bit, just to make it a little more confusing.
You know, it's always good to make things more confusing, right?
And Cyril now feeding up. I mean, look at that. The dropship is still 30 seconds out, and he's already over halfway to stage 3 in full armor. Depending on what he can find here in the next couple seconds, he's going to save that Tyrant, I think. He could maybe even get stage 3 before this dropship comes back in. That's pretty scary.
You know, and he's playing with a chip on his shoulder after going down that first map. I know he probably is thinking that he should not have lost that, and he's kind of beating himself up a little bit for hanging in there too long. But you can see there, like, he's doing a great job of responding, taking that stage 1 fight and getting all of those marks. So it's pretty scary. If I'm Epex, I'm a little scared right now.
Yeah, and look at that. He does take the stage 3 already. So he took a stage 2 and a stage 3 before the dropship ever had a chance to come back in.
Yeah, so this is going to be difficult. He's going to get full shields coming in with almost full health. But Hank, a critical player in this matchup, he does not have a mark. So if he's able to stay alive and get the shields out, it's still possible for them to pull out a victory.
Yeah, Cyril now headed towards the rest of the enemy team. Full armor in stage 3, and he still has a lot of health left to go. Let's see how set up Epex is. It looks like they're in the positions that they want to be. So they're going to defend right around the relay and try and exploit that ship right there. Oh, lightning strike from Cyril. It is dodged by all members of Team Epex here.
Yeah, but he can just wait it out and have it come back up again. And also, that ship is a great spot to kite a monster, but having Aftershock, it's not as critical because you can still hit those players even if they're around the corner out of the line of sight of you.
Yeah, Aftershock, and he goes right for Adrenocide. Smart move there. Take out that medic. Get the medic out of play. Adrenocide does go down. Vortex going to knock half the team back. Lightning Strike going to finish off Daisy as well. It's now 3 players against the stage 3 Cyril. They are into permanent health now, though. Vortex knocks Kildrith back. Kildrith forced to pop that personal shield, and as soon as that shield wears off, he should easily be able to finish him off. Nightmare about to go down here. Vortex takes out Nightmare as well. Lightning Strike misses everyone, though. Wardoom at about half. Wardoom gonna go down. Kildrith forced to run. Dome comes down, and the Vortex takes him out, and Kildrith is about to go down as well to that Aftershock. Cyril finishes them handily this time around. The real question, though, will it be enough? They're already down 3 games to 1.
Yeah, definitely Cyril coming out swinging and taking Epex out, but you're right. Ursula has been just really solid against the team of Eyes on You of their Hunter side, so hopefully we can see their the Eyes on You team come back and find a way to beat Ursula, find a way to beat that build that he has.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Eyes on You has their work cut out for them. They have to figure something out.
So it'll be interesting to see if they do run Sunny again, if they think that it was just the unfortunate getting caught out, not being able to use Cloak, and getting caught in a bad position. I wonder if they go Sunny again, or if they're forced to move back to Hank just because of the reliable shielding. Because you saw that that kind of unreliable shield from the shield bot did result in not getting any help. I think it was what is the support name? I forget who it is on Eyes on You, but she got shielded right after getting downed, so it was unfortunate.
Sorry about that right there. Just talking to the players real quick. Yeah, she did go down right, or she did shield right after being down. Just a little bit off on the timing there. And that does happen, you know, as a support player, I know I've messed up on the timing with shields as well. Many times, in fact.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting if they go back, rely on that bot, or just go back to Hank.
All right, we will be jumping into Epex Black's monster game now. This will be Godzilla versus the Hunter team of Eyes on You, once again, also on Distillery. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, folks. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the donations and the tweets and the retweets. We appreciate all of it in helping us do what we can to try and build the competitive scene of Evolve. If you haven't done so already and you do want to support the channel, you can do it for free just by hitting that follow button down below. Just hit the follow button. You will get notified anytime we go live for any Sunday Cup or any events throughout the week, whether it's our community events where you can play with the pros as a viewer or against them even and maybe get some tips, as well as the Stage 3 podcast, which is a bi-monthly podcast that we host with a few other key players in the community, and anything else that we do throughout the week as well.
Yeah, and one thing that I can't fault you on is the consistency. If you follow this channel, you will get a stream guaranteed every Sunday and multiple times throughout the week, and it's always entertaining.
Make sure you follow JamesBot on Twitter as well. The dude is awesome. He's also got a great little YouTube channel, done some CSGO stuff in the past. Hopefully you're going to start doing more with your YouTube soon, I hope.
Yeah, yep. I'm going to be I'm going to be moving into a new place in a couple of weeks here, and I'm going to have a pretty nice setup and be able to get back into making videos. And yeah, I still do play Counter-Strike occasionally, and Evolve is a lot like Counter-Strike and how it's kind of, it doesn't have many game types, really just one game type, but the replayability is there, even though you're playing the same map every time and you have the same kind of weapons that you're working with. You can be put in so many situations that play out in different ways, and it's still awesome. So Counter-Strike and Evolve, I love those types of games.
It's kind of sad. I still have never played CSGO.
Well, you can come in and play with me.
Yeah, you can
I'll
teach
me
you
the basics.
Oh man, but you have to play ranked, don't you? So I would just destroy your ranking.
We don't have to play ranked. We can go into a deathmatch server, and I'll show you how the spray patterns and all that work.
Okay. Yeah, but you can't actually play that that back and forth 2-minute series of shotgun rounds that last half an hour, right? There's no way to do that without playing ranked, I think.
Yeah, there's really no way unless you get onto a private server that has it set up.
Oh, yeah. So I'll just destroy your ranking then if you ever do that.
Sounds good. We'll be silver buddies.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have to do that soon. Let's see what we've got going on in chat here while we wait for the teams to finish setting up. I think they're just going through their picks. Oh, that was me actually messing up. I told Girthzilla Distillery, but they already played their Distillery game, so they're actually going into Orbital now. That is Orbital Drill. So it seems like we've got some good debate going on in chat about the strength of certain abilities on the Kraken and other monsters. Let's keep that up, folks. Love to see good civil debate. That's one of the best things that I love about this community is, in general, how well-behaved everyone is and how respectable people are. Yeah,
and really, your voice can be heard. You have the opportunity to come into this channel and have access to the developers that are sitting in the chat reading your comments. Also, you can go over to their forums, talk.turtlerockstudios.com, and really have meaningful discussion that can impact the game. So you can, even as just a member in the community, doesn't matter who you are, you have the opportunity to raise valid points and potentially see your suggestions implemented in the game, which is something that is very uncommon.
Yeah, it really is uncommon, and it's great to see how much of a presence the devs at both 2K and TRS have on Twitch here. I mean, they both stream regularly, Turtle Rock Studios and Evolve Game, both two streams that you guys should follow for any notifications if you want to learn more about Evolve, and they stream multiple times throughout the week, as well as frequently hang out in other channels.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Maniac Squirrel and Guidance, just two of them that stream quite a bit, and they're always very entertaining.
All right, let me just check with them here. Okay, so Girthzilla says he is waiting on Eyes on You right now, and for them to confirm ready, and then we will be jumping into the 5th game here.
An opportunity for Eyes on You to stay alive, and if they get this win, it could be the momentum that they need, and then they're just 2 short victories away from taking it and really having an impressive comeback.
Yeah, and that's if Eyes on You can take the win here. They do need to figure something out. They need to find a way to turn things around. They're down 3-1 right now. So they definitely have their work cut out for them. It's got to be a very, very scary time for Eyes on You and any fans of Eyes on You in chat. Maybe it's a good thing that they don't have skin boxes in the game.
Definitely.
I know I would like to see it at least.
And then
down the road in the future.
Yeah, and then we can bet on him, and I go all in on Girthzilla. He's been looking amazing. So. And then also, yes, it looks like Hyde did sneak into my room and throw a toxic grenade, and that is what you're seeing there. But fortunately, me being a hunter after the last patch, it doesn't affect me, so I can just sit in it no problem.
It wasn't like that a minute ago. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why the green screen messed up.
I just need to open it up maybe a little bit more and let a little bit more light in, potentially. Yeah, there we go. I'm a little blurry now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are blurry. Yeah, we just gotta wait for the camera to refocus. There we go. All right.
So yeah.
So sunlight clears out Hyde's toxic grenades.
Yeah, that's something that you can take note of, and then just have some sunlight, fair weather, you know. But no, that's one thing I'm looking forward to once I can move into my new place in a couple weeks. Right now, I'm at the mercy of Mother Nature and how much sun's getting in here. But I will have a nice lighting setup in just a few short weeks.
So you're gonna have a new lighting setup actually. Are you gonna transition to like 3 or 5 point stage lighting?
I do have a lighting kit, but I just don't have anywhere to set it up in this room.
Right.
I'm sitting at actually Guidance's desk. He left it here. He actually left a lot of stuff here, a lot of stuff for me to clean up. So if I ever see him again over in California, I'm gonna make him buy me lunch or something because I had to do a lot of work on his behalf.
Not sure if Guidance is here in chat right now.
Oh, he wouldn't say anything anyway, man. He can't defend himself.
Well, I know at least half of the devs here, Turtle Rock Studios, I know a bunch of them are in chat, so I'm sure they'll relay the message to Guidance at work tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe once they get done having lunch or something, I would ask that Brandon and the guys over at TRS just leave all of their lunch trash maybe right on his desk. And if you send me a picture, I will send you money over PayPal or something because yeah, he caused me a lot of mental anguish leaving all that crap over at my house.
Mental anguish. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Still no word from the Hunters of Eyes on You just yet. We're going to cut to a short break, folks. We'll be right back as soon as they are ready to go. Should just be another minute or two. Don't go anywhere, and thanks for watching. Okay, we're back already. Wow, that was really quick, and we're actually right into the 5th game right here.
Yep, so you can see that they do decide to go back with Hank, just not wanting to rely on the kind of RNG nature of that bot of Sunny's. So they're going back with Hank, and I guess they'll just have to try to play a little bit more conservatively and try something new, because what they have been trying has just not been enough to hold up to that commanding offense of Gertzilla.
Yeah, and it looks like the picks are selected now. They have everything finalized. Hitting that loading screen, let's jump right into the game. This is the 5th game, man. That was pretty sudden. I'm glad I actually opened up the Evolve tab again. I didn't realize they were jumping into the game this quickly. Oh, hold on. You got a black screen. There we go. That is fixed now. All right, and this is Epex's Gertzilla, the monster player. Epex currently leading 3-1. This is a best of 7, so if Gertzilla wins here today, then they will take the finals once again.
Yeah, and really, Gertzilla hasn't been challenged to too much. They've just probably not had the opportunity to play many Goliaths the way Gertzilla plays, going that build with his Leap Smash and Flame. He does a great job using that Leap Smash to initiate, and also as a way to create distance between the hunters.
And speaking of hunters, let's cover the hunter team right now. For Eyes on You, we have Wabaki on Assault, playing Markov. We have Andros64 on Medic, playing Kyra. We have Binges on Support, playing Hank. And we have Mazel as the Trapper, playing Griffin. Alright, and Gertzilla, oh, that orbital coming down as he's trying to feed. He's going to back away right away. Took a little bit of armor damage there, but not much. I don't really think that's going to phase him.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. He does have full armor. I wonder if he is going to get forced into a stage 1 fight right here.
Which, gotta be careful. Look at him. Look at him getting that distance.
Wow. A great play. And yeah, he is far past the Trapper for Eyes on You at this point.
And they still threw the dome. Oh.
I don't think they've really gotten him in a dome this far. Like he is just really only fought when he's wanted to.
Yeah. And switching to Trapper now, Mazel in hot pursuit did land that first harpoon. Gertzilla now escaping 70, 80 meters.
Yeah, Gertzilla is just, you know, he can't fly like a Kraken, but my goodness, he was falling with style right there.
108 meters and growing. And, I mean, he could pretty much evolve at any point in time now. I think he's just waiting for that perfect spot. Right there, every monster loves to evolve in that location.
Yeah, that dodging that stage 1 dome has been something that he's been so consistent at in this series. And now they're going to have to deal with a full Leap Smash, full Flame Breath Gertzilla, which hasn't been taken out so far.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just too far away to even do any real damage to him. Just the slightest amount of chip damage, and that's it.
Yeah, and really just a great job. You can tell how much Gertzilla has practiced, knowing where to evolve, where to lure the hunters, and then how to respond when they get lured in. Because you can tell that jump from that pyre was not something that he just did for the first time. That was well practiced.
Yeah, it definitely was. That, you know, I wonder how much he actually practices that. I would actually like to ask him.
Yeah, and I mean, it can only remain a secret for so long or remain unused, but you can see him just having the that presence of mind to use that high ground right there to get out, and using the Leap Smash to create even more distance. Still hasn't been domed.
And he's just going to keep on going.
Yeah, and I mean, we're barely into the game here, and he's already halfway through stage 2. And this is a tough relay to fight on, too, if you're a hunter.
Yeah, this is a really, really rough map to play on if you're a hunter, actually. In fact, out of all the commonly picked tournament maps, this is one of my least favorite to play on as a hunter. But, you know, it's still better than a lot of the ones that are frequently banned, I guess you could say. And Gertzilla, look at that, just Oh, he actually ducked out of that dome. He is just waiting here.
Yep.
Gonna catch them off guard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hitting
wow, he's not even
going
to try and run. Yeah, he just wants to fight.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? I'm going to take it to them right here and now.
Really great shield by Hank right there, mitigating that leap smash. And they're getting those defensive mines set up, so Godzilla's going to have to wait for Flame to be able to move into that vicinity. He does clear the mines with his Flame Breath, and he's doing some good damage on Mazdel, but he really needs to get on Hank because Hank is going to prevent all these players from taking too much damage. You can see that's what he's doing, coming over on Hank. Flame Breath, trying to get him down, but he's doing a good job so far of kiting Godzilla and dodging that leap smash. That leap smash, if that would have hit, that would have been devastating, but he was able to dodge that. Now they're working their way through his armor and getting into permanent health territory very soon here.
Yeah, they need to kite him into those mines a little bit more. Switches it off, goes to Mazdel, and you know what? Decides to back off. That was great play on Godzilla's part. Look at that. He stayed in for the duration of his armor. They missed another dome.
Yeah, they did miss the dome. They're having a lot of challenges with that dome, but one thing that they did there that was missing in their past matchups was being able to do effective zoning using Markov's mines. You can see that right there. Hank and Kyra, when they were low, they were able to go over to those mines and prevent Godzilla from coming over there until his flame breath came up. And you could see even at the end, he ended up walking onto a couple of those mines, which just took out the remainder of his shields and just did a little bit of health damage as well.
Yeah, it was very, very smart play. I think I would have liked to see them a little more out in kiteable locations, but I think they made do with the position that they were forced to fight him in very, very well. And look at how close Mazdel is.
Yeah,
50 meters out, tagging him again with that harpoon.
We'll have to see if he's able to get a dome here. And also, we'll see in this next matchup if they're able to execute that strategy once more, where Hank gets out there and is shielding all the players, and as soon as they decide, or as soon as Godzilla focuses on Hank, what we saw there was Markov and Kyra being able to assist Hank into getting in that safe zone created by Markov's mines. So we'll see if they can execute that in the next dome or in the next battle with Godzilla.
Look at that, 50 meters away, Godzilla right there. Now sneaking, looking for that opportunity. He's going to go on binges. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was
like that leap just didn't happen. It did happen, and then it didn't happen. So Godzilla, the time-traveling Goliath, using a little bit of time-lapse like there, like a Weaver.
He was specking into Shadow Step.
The orbital comes down, going to chase him off, and he's going to run away.
So we'll see if that was another attempted dome dodge, and if the dome comes down there. It looks like Mazdel was able to hold off on that, but really, Godzilla has been fighting on his terms only. So, and you can see that reflected in how much health he has left. But Eyes on You is definitely in a good situation here, having full health on all the hunters, no strikes.
80 meters out, Godzilla taking that super high evolve right there.
Yeah, he likes to evolve in these high places, so as soon as he evolves, if the trapper isn't right on him, he can just get so much distance using his traversal. You can see him probably trying to jump out right here. But Mazdel deciding to not take the fight. It looks like they're deciding to set up on the relay, not wanting to fight Godzilla in that area. They're going to want to probably go back and just everybody get in a position and execute a strategy, which they probably are very well practiced at.
Yeah, and you know, I think that was a wise decision on their part, chasing after a stage 3 monster like that, especially when Godzilla has been so on point today.
Mm-hmm. And you can see when they're up on those pyres like that, it almost takes Leap Smash out of the fight. He cannot use Leap Smash up there, so what he's going to have to do is jump up. He can flame them, but then he'll have to use his right-click power attack to knock them off that pyre, which is a really, really smart play by Eyes on You.
And that rock throw on Andros 64. Andros 64 really, really far out there, away from the rest of the team. That's a bad spot for a medic to be in. They need to be careful. Ooh, wow. Great dodging right there.
Yep, and you can see Hank, he is very, very close. They bait out that fire. Now if Hank can get over to those mines, then Gertzilla will not have the fire to be able to blow up those mines, but it does come up off cooldown, but there's still more mines, and the orbital comes down, so they're in a good situation here. All the hunters having a lot of health, and that rock missing. So if I were Gertzilla, oh, the dome comes down. A really smart play right there, having the presence of mind to wait for Gertzilla's shields to go down before throwing that dome. And now he's doing everything he can to take out Kyra. Kyra's so low, and the Armadon coming into play.
Armadon coming into play, finishing off Andros 64, the medic there, and Gertzilla is just going to stay in to get that kill. Switches now onto Binges with the lightning gun on his back, whittling away at his health. Leap smash onto Binges, takes Binges out as well. Oh no! Rock throw onto Wibaki. Wibaki down low, but he does still have that personal shield. Flame Breath blocked by the assault shield. Goes for the pounce, the leap smash. Drops the shield down to almost nothing. The rock throw will finish him off, and it is down to Mazel right now, up high on that Spire. Can he last for a minute 30? I don't know what he's going to do.
It's going to be very difficult. So you can see him coming out there. Gertzilla using that power attack, getting him off that pyre. Now Mazel's going to have a lot of work to do to be able to stay. And you can see that rock coming out of nowhere and taking him down. Gertzilla finishing off Eyes on You. Apex Black picking up that fourth and final win, and finishing as the champion, second week in a row.
Second week in a row. Amazing play by Gertzilla right there. Let me actually send him a quick message. So Apex Black does win. They win that €100 prize. Eyes on You taking the €50 runner-up prize. These are weekly cash prize tournaments, folks. So great way for these players who enjoy the game to earn a little bit of extra money on the side, just playing the game that they love. I know some of these teams have already paid for Evolve and a whole lot more with their winnings over the past couple months.
So big congratulations to Apex Black. Eyes on You coming off of taking a week break last week, not playing, but coming out this week and making it to the finals. Well done to them as well. Cyril playing great, really had a dominant victory, but it just wasn't enough with Gertzilla being able to use his abilities to just put out so much pressure. Eyes on You could just not take it this week, but you know, with the new metas, maybe things will be different next week. But really, great job by Apex Black, both the Hunter team and Gertzilla.
Yeah, they've really looked dominant once again. All this time that they spend together as a team, practicing and working hard, is really paying off for them. And they're looking to quickly become the dominant team in the tournament scene. Let's see here. Just waiting for a response from Gertzilla. Okay, so he will be hopping on to, into an interview with us. Give me just a moment to give him the info.
Yeah, so if chat has any questions that they want to hear Gertzilla answer, now is the opportunity to bring them up. We'll be looking at chat, so if you've got some questions, feel free to put them in chat, and we can take a look when he does join us, and we can ask him and see what his response is. I know I've got a couple for him.
User entered your channel. User left your channel. Channel switch.
There we go. All right, just waiting for him to hop in here. And you may want to hop into James Bot. That way you can actually hear what he says.
Is it TeamSpeak?
Sound. Yeah.
Okay.
User joined your channel.
Hey, Gertzilla. Welcome. Just give me just a moment for James Bot to hop in, and then we'll ask you a little bit about your games here today.
Okay, sure.
User joined your
Hello.
Okay, and I've got an echo from you. Give me 1 second, James. I just have to mute you in TS. There you go. Okay. So now you can talk, and everyone will be able to hear you just once instead of an echo. All right, so, congratulations first off, man. Great play today.
Oh, thanks, man.
So, what do you think it was, like, going forward? What did you guys do differently, say, over this week or going into the tournament that that really changed things up, both this week and last? I mean, for the past 2 weeks, you've looked really, really dominant, whereas in the past, you know, not so much. But something has really changed, and you guys have really shown that Apex is one of the top teams in the scene right now.
Well, really, Apex and I, we really want to get better. Like, that's our primary goal, and and the way we think, I think, really benefits that. I mean, Apex, like our leader Nightmare, he'll always try and think of ways to get better, and he helps me out. And I mean, I think honestly, we both help each other out like tremendous amounts. And I think that's why we're
Yeah.
so strong. Is because we just can like play together and have fun, yet still get really good in the meantime. If that makes sense.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. It does make sense. And the practice has definitely shown. How much time do you guys spend practicing a week?
Well, we try like every 3 days out of the week. We didn't practice too much this week, which I'm actually surprised how well we did. But normally we have a strict practice schedule.
Okay. Now let's talk about the matches in the tournament here today. Tier 4 was open, yet you stuck with Goliath the whole time pretty much. Any reason for that? Is it just that Goliath is the only monster that you practice, or do you just feel that Goliath is the only one that you can really win effectively with right now?
I mean, well, part of it's because Goliath I can really relate to the playstyle because it's a fast brute that has a ton of armor, so it can engage like most of the time if it really wants to. Because I'm a really aggressive player, as you can tell. So I don't know. I love Goliath, and I don't really see myself ever switching unless I have to.
Okay, that's fair enough. So you don't think that you would ever even try Wraith or Kraken or, well, I'm sure everyone would love to see Behemoth.
Well, I actually am interested in Wraith, but I think Wraith needs a little bit of adjusting before I really put the time and effort into it. But I mean, who knows? Maybe someone will. Well, and I don't know what your opinions are. The Wraith. Do you think the Wraith needs a little bit more buffing, or? I want to know what you think.
It's, yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit rough, I think, for the Wraith right now, but it may just be that people haven't really practiced with it enough after the changes. The changes happened to Wraith, and then everybody just stopped playing Wraith without really, I think, extensively testing the changes. So I'm not sure. I really couldn't say one way or the other just yet.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me, but I think if I were to pick another monster, it would be Wraith because I love the assassin style. That's pretty fun, in my opinion. I just wish that decoy was a little bit more of a decoy rather than not.
Right. Right, yeah, with the changes to decoy, it almost might be nice if the Wraith instantly decoyed without actually showing the decoy animation, so you don't actually know when the Wraith decoys. That might be a cool little change. But one thing that I see a lot of Wraiths don't normally do, I've seen a few do it, is that when they decoy, when the Wraiths decoy, they don't actually use...
Your mic muted.
You can't hear me? You should be able to hear me.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay. That was weird. It might have been the noise gate in TeamSpeak. I was talking about the Wraith's decoy. When the Wraith uses decoy, most Wraiths use it as a chance to escape or in combat when they're already attacking, right? During a supernova or something. Very few Wraiths seem to use it to reposition in combat and then get a sneak pounce like 1 second later while the decoy is still up. And I think I would like to see more Wraiths do that, and it may allow Wraith to be more viable. I don't know, man. It's really tricky with Wraith.
Yeah, when I was playing against with my team, I would try and break line of sight and then throw the decoy so they didn't know if that was a decoy or me. And if I wanted to engage, then I mean I can always backtrack and get a surprise warp blast or something on my target. But like you were saying, I think that if decoy was a little bit more instantaneous, that would be really awesome and make it a little bit more viable.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, once again, man, congratulations to you and your team, Apex Black. Sure you want to give shout-outs to your team or anything like that before we go?
Oh, yeah, I want to give shout-outs to my team, Apex, for sure. They helped me a ton, and they're great guys. I also want to shout out to my ex-team, Salge, who I'm still friends with, and we talk often, and they're still really cool guys. I enjoy them. I want to say Suck Fam and Ruckfyan and You know, all that salvage talk.
All that salvage talk, all that cursing in Martian, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You know, I was about to go, but there is actually one more question from chat, which I thought was a really good question. Captain Scourge wants to know why you went with the build you went with for Stage 2, rather than rushing the usual 3 points in rock throw.
Oh, yeah. I've been testing this build out a lot, and from what I gather, it's very safe. If you were to get a rock, and a lot of players these days, they know how to dodge a rock, unless you're in their face. So if you are able to get the leap smash off and do that kind of damage, then Flame Breath is just pointing your cursor at your target, and it does a significant amount of damage, as well as if you're able to position yourself, then you're able to do a nice spread of damage with that leap smash as well. So in my opinion, I think it's the best safe way of doing a lot of damage, and that's why I use it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, and definitely an interesting build. I'd like to see that mix-up rather than the 2 points or the 3 points in rock that we usually see.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, thank you very much. Once again, congratulations. We're going to close out the stream now, folks.
Sound muted.
I'm going to mute TS right there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you, thank you for all the donations today, all the love, all the support. We love putting the show on for you. We look forward to doing it every single week. And I know for me personally, it's always the highlight of my week. It's a great way to start off the Sundays every single week. So we look forward to continuing to do this in the future and maybe even doing some more tournament casting as well going forward. We'll have to see how things go next week. But for now, we are going to sign off. We may look for a raid. I am not sure, though. I don't know if the Proving Grounds is going on right now. We'll be right back. We're just going to cut to the closeout screen. Then we'll be back to look for someone to raid, so stay tuned.